The year is 2153. Mom, you are 207 years old, and Dad is 201. You've had all of your original organs replaced with new bionic synthetics that you 3D printed and installed at home, pain-free. All your friends and family are doing pretty good, as they have organ printers too. In fact, due to the Interglobal New Organ Initiative, everyone in the world has this technology. Mentally, people are doing really well, as therapy is now funded for life. In fact, couples therapy, equine therapy, massage therapy, ketamine therapy, even yoga are all globally funded. The world is unified in spiritual harmony under a new religion known as Bingo Bango Bongo, and racism, sexism, isolationism, xenophobia, homophobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, transphobia, all phobias really have been eradicated since the internet was dissolved during the mass alien arrival in the Great Awakening of 2089. And everything is just groovy now. I mean, globally and intergalactically, it's just groovy. Folks regularly put on shows in their living rooms for friends and neighbors. Everyone grows their own vegetables, and people prefer to travel by foot or roller skates unless they get tired, in which case they can expand their collapsible hydrogen jetpacks and zoom off with zero carbon footprint. The world has been carbon neutral for 80 years, and species once thought extinct are booming back. Also, there has not been a male president in 124 years since Michelle Obama took office in 2028. You are sitting on your porch, each in your favorite chair. Mom has a latte, Dad an iced tea, and you're holding hands looking at the sunset. You think you are sitting in silence, not realizing you're both quietly humming the same little melody. And the sky makes you think back on all the years. The moment you got to see your great-great-grandchildren become great-great-grandparents. The destruction of all nuclear weapons. The abolition of borders. And you keep going back. You remember where you were the day reparations were paid to black people in America. Where you were when humans and whales had their first real conversation. Where you were the day you renewed your vows, both in your 90s. And you sit and sip your drinks and hum some more. The sunsets are different now, with clean air. Less reds, more purples. And the colors bring you back further and further. You remember laughing at how wrong we all were about AI and how it cured disease and discovered unyielding clean energy from the Zamo particle. You remember the last day of the last war and how we all danced through the night, even those who never danced. You remember new babies and weddings and throwing your troubles away as breadcrumbs in the stream by the old stump. And further, you remember healing from fights, falling in love for the first time. You remember that kid teasing you in grade school and family road trips playing with your brothers in the back seat. You remember the taste of breast milk, growing a spine in the womb. And even further, you remember being spread out amongst your ancestors' bodies and all the possibilities. You remember calloused feet living in caves with small fires kept burning for centuries, woolly mammoths and meteorite landings. You remember hot magma and slow, endless ice. You remember floating in water, aimless for eons. And you remember when there was no water, when it was all just in a cloud that covered the world, waiting to fall. You remember dust in cool, peaceful blackness, floating in and out of celestial time puddles, passing by odd amalgams of rainbowish space stuffs, waiting before waiting waited for anything, anti-waiting, non-being. You remember nothingness and pre-nothingness. You remember the void that you came from, and you share a feeling of awe. You take a sip of your drink. You smile at each other, noticing you've been humming the same tune. You look at the last of the colors, grasping to the sky before night takes hold. You feel lucky and can't believe how strange it is to be anything at all.